Strength, the podcast where we explore the spiritual reserves available to us for life's journey. I'm Elias.
I'm Maria. Today we're talking about something I think we all need it. A motivation that comes from beyond ourselves. You know, that deep-seated strength to keep going when life feels heavy.
Yeah,
And the path forward is just unclear.
exactly. It's a concept the Bible often calls perseverance, but it's not just about, gritting your teeth and pushing through.
Right.
It's an endurance that's actually fueled by a divine promise.
It reminds me of a marathon runner. They aren't just thinking about the pain in their legs.
No,
They're fixing their eyes on the finish line. The Bible, it uses that same imagery in Hebrews,
okay.
telling us to run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus.
And it even says there's a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us,
Wow.
cheering us on. But what's really transformative is this idea that the struggle itself has a purpose. The Apostle Paul wrote that affliction produces endurance, endurance produces proven character, and proven character produces hope.
I love that. It's like our struggles, they aren't pointless.
Exactly. They're actually forging something valuable inside of us, like a blacksmith shaping steel. But, how do we hold on to that when we've been struggling for a long, long time? Pensive. That's where we have to learn to live by faith, not by what our eyes tell us. There's a story in the Gospels that is just a perfect, heartbreaking example of this.
Oh?
A woman who had been suffering from a bleeding condition for 12 years.
12 years. Imagine the hopelessness. The doctors couldn't help. She'd spent all her money,
Right.
and she was socially isolated. By every visible metric,
Yeah.
her situation was a lost cause.
But then she hears about Jesus, and this tiny spark of faith just ignites. She thinks, if I can just touch his clothes, I will be healed. She doesn't wait for an invitation. She acts on that faith. She pushes through the crowd.
Wow.
And she reaches out, and in that moment, she is made whole.
Her faith wasn't a passive wish.
No,
It was an active pursuit against all odds. It just shows us that even a long history of discouragement,
right.
it doesn't have the final say. And that leads to another powerful idea. Our difficult circumstances, they don't derail God's purpose for us.
It's so easy to believe they do, though. I think of David, who was anointed to be the future king of Israel. He was a national hero. And then the next thing you know, he's a fugitive hiding in a cave.
Yeah.
And his followers are this band of men in trouble, in debt, and discontented.
I'm sure he looked around at his life in that cave and thought, this is not how I pictured it.
Oh, for sure.
We've all had those moments. But that detour, that season in the wilderness,
Yeah,
it didn't cancel his destiny. God was shaping him for the throne,
right.
even in the darkness of that cave.
Which brings us to the ultimate test of faith. It's one thing to trust God to get you out of the cave, but it's another thing to trust him when you're facing a fiery furnace. The story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it gives me chills every time.
Intense. They're commanded to bow down to a golden idol or be thrown into a furnace. And their response is one of the most powerful declarations of faith in all of Scripture.
It really is.
They tell the king, if we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us.
They had full confidence in God's power, but then they add the line that changes everything.
But even if he doesn't, we want to make it clear to you, Your Majesty, that we will never serve your gods.
Wow.
That phrase, but even if he doesn't, that is the essence of unshakable godly motivation.
It's a faith in God's character,
Exactly.
not in a guaranteed outcome. It's the strength to stand firm, come what may. Because you know who is standing with you, even in the fire. Whether you're running a race, stuck in a cave, or facing a furnace,
Yeah.
that is the faith that carries you through.
And it's a strength that is available to every single one of us.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. In what area of your life is God asking you to trust him even if the outcome isn't what you hope for or expect?